same mode of distribution. And finally, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he left this task to set up the Bhakti, Srila Prabhupada. And again, Srila Prabhupada, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also started collecting such personalities from all over the world who can be dispenser of this mercy. Like all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Gems from Africa, America, Australia, all over the world he collected the wonderful pearls, strung them in a very nice style. Vaishnava, Vartaman Vaishnava Guru Vrinda represent spiritual masters in his God. They are such a identified, chosen, empowered personalities, special. And they are helping the mission of the Mahaprabhu. Or he wanted to distribute this love of God and far and wide. So they're journeying, and we have seen that how when Maharaj had come here, directly from the airport, he came that day to Sanatan Prabhuji's house and he gave the wonderful class without taking some rest. And today Maharaj has sent a very nice message. We'll be seeing in due course, specifically for Kanhaiyadesh. Maharaj sent a message. Yes, a short message. But he recognized all the devotees. He said, I was there in Kanhaiyadesh for 2 days. तो हम लोग के जीवन में ऐसे गुरुजन की व्याख्या करना, उनके गुणगान करना, ये हमारे स्वयं की शुद्धि के लिए बहुत आवश्यक है। शास्त्र में बताया गया है, शुद्धस्य पुंसाम सुचिर श्रमस्य नर्म अंजसा सुरवीर ईडितो अर्थ तत्त गुणानुवादा तथा तत्त गुणानु वर्णन गुण Padar Hridesh. This is third canto, 13th chapter. Vidura is speaking to Maitreya Muni. They were discussing about the Lord, different pastimes, the Srishti Leela and different incarnations. And the moment the pastime of Manu comes, he stopped there. He says, Maitreya Muni ji, अभी भगवान की लीला को पूछने के लिए विराम करते हैं और आप मुझे मनु जी के बारे में जो भगवान के भक्त हैं मुझे इनके बारे में सुना. So there this verse comes where he said that whoever has heard about the Lordship with a great labor under the guidance of his spiritual master, so how this will fructify. Now that person has come to the stage where he wants to hear about the glories of the pure devotee of the Lord. Not the Lord, the pure devotee. Why? Because pure devotee of the Lord, they carry Padar Vindam Hridayeshu Tesham. They always carry the lotus feet of the Lord in their heart. That's what Buddha is saying. I want to hear about this one. Please narrate about one. And Prabhupada writes very nice but word there. 313.4. Yes. How that so very important to hear about the pure devotee of the Lord. And this is what exactly the Srimad Bhagavatam is. Srimad Bhagavatam is not only about Krishna. It's Krishna and his pure devotees. Raghav Maharaj, Kanhaiyadesh Maharaj, Kunti Maharaj, Pandavas, Suchitas, Pithu Maharaj. One after another. Each canto is filled with the pure devotee of Lord. And we hear how Lord is reciprocating with them. How they are the recipient of Lord's mercy. So Shastra says we should hear about such devotees. And we are so fortunate that we have, and I mentioned Prabhupada has given such a wonderful ISKCON movement where we have so many wonderful devotees who are like a desire tree. Today morning we discussed about a chapter in Adilila, the 9th chapter, which is entitled Desire Tree of Devotional Service. Means whatever you want in devotional realm, you'll get it back. The Lord becomes very pleased when his devotees are very tight with his. You always want that it should be glorified. And that's what we do actually. You see in the Mangal Aarti, in front of Lord, we are glorifying our spiritual master. In front of आरती कर रहे हैं भगवान की, गुणगान कर रहे हैं गुरु महाराज का. He becomes very pleased. So yes, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's this mission, you can see that how this parampara, the very glorious parampara, the desired tree of devotional service are being distributed through the different branches, which comes from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and this branch specifically, which is Bhakti Thakur Maharaj, and Bhakti Vedanta Shri Prabhupada, and then his followers are carrying forward this mission, distributing this love of Godhead in the same way, the way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted it. From far and wide, every corner of this village. That's what their ambition is. God wanted कि सब जगह पर ये नाम प्रचार पृथ्वी पूरी पृथ्वी पे entire this bhumandal. And that's why this all the disciples of Shri Prabhupada is traveling, keep on traveling. And specifically Maharaj, you know, this Vyasa Maharaj, we have witnessed. We were so fortunate to have Maharaj in Kanhaiyadesh 2-3 months ago. Maharaj is just, he is on one leg sacrificed in service of Shri Raghav, Maharaj. During the bomb blast, the attack, he lost his one leg. But still with the one leg, he's traveling all over the world. Keep on this, distributing this message of Krishna consciousness. So Maharaj mentioned in his message, the devotees in Kanhaiyadesh are very, very fortunate because they have somehow been connected to the mercy of Shri Prabhupada in the form of holy name and the devotees. जहां पर भी भक्त हमारे पास में है, भगवान का नाम है, हम समझ जाएं कि हमारा जीवन बहुत सुरक्षित है. Our life is secure. That is there. So this festival is called Vyasa Pooja festival because all the such exalted personalities whose festival we are, whose Vyasa Pooja we are celebrating, they are bona fide representative of Vyasa. That's why we call this festival as a Vyasa Pooja. So ultimately we are going to find Vyasa Pooja. Because all these personalities, including Shri Prabhupada, they are trying to establish the same principle what Vyasa concluded. After writing all the Vedas, all the Puranas, and then finally he gave the conclusion of all the scripture as a Srimad Bhagavatam, Nigam Kalpatorgaltam Phalam, Shubhamhara Amritadavasam, Pibata Bhagavatam Sayam, Moraho Rasika Vibhav. So this is the ripened fruit of all the Vedic literature. That's what last year we established. And whoever comes in this parampara, who also gives the same knowledge, the same essence, so their birthday is also considered as a Vyasa Pooja. Because they are repeating the Vyasa words as it is. So what's the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam is the conclusion of all the Vedic literature, right? So what is the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam? Very nice. Dukkha Shamana, Tam Pranam. So the last verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is almost like a conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam. Nam Sankirtanam, yes. So entire Bhagavatam is being concluded to the Nam Sankirtanam. And that's what this parampara, you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came and he glorified the holy name everywhere. Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna Upadesh. And what he did? Sankirtana yajna praya. Everywhere just Sankirtan, Sankirtan. You see Chaitanya Charitamrita, everywhere Sankirtan is going on. No matter 2 devotees, 3 devotees, 4 devotees, 1,000 devotees. जहां पर भी है बस हरिनाम चल रहा है, हरिनाम चल रहा है. And Sri Prabhupada took this wonderful message, which was the inherent message of India, Bharat Varsha, and he distributed everywhere. Kali Kadar Dharma, Hari Naam Sankirtan, Krishna Shakti Nahi Vina Tara Prabhu. Without Krishna's Shakti, without his empowerment, nobody can do such tasks. But Prabhupada has Krishna Shakti Nahi Vina Tara Pravartan. Very, very wide distribution. So all these personalities, they are in the same parampara. They are trying to repeat the words of Srila Vyasa. And that's why we call this festival as the Vyasa Pooja also. Vyasa Pooja also. And for us, all of us who are in this mission of Srila Prabhupada, although we might be a disciple of different spiritual master, but we know that all of us, specifically, we have a very unique relationship with Srila Prabhupada. And everyone in this mission, whom Srila Prabhupada loves, they all are our worshipful personalities. Everyone. And that's what we are trying to do. That's the entire one family actually. One family coming together and glorifying the different spiritual master. But all of them are having the same objective to please Srila Prabhupada. To pleasing Srila Prabhupada means pleasing Lord Shri Krishna. So everyone has the same common goal. And that's why in Kanhaiyadesh we have this wonderful mood of reward is so wonderful actually. No matter who they were, Vyasa Pooja festival, all of us come together and try to glorify, try to receive the mercy, and try to learn from them. So today we celebrated in Mayapur Hall, and now the Pijapaka Hall program is going on. Here and after this, we go to Savia. So everywhere we are going to glorify Maharaj. And we know Maharaj, he emphasized this. Maharaj is very well known for his very focused approach, very focused preaching on the very important instruction of Srila Prabhupada, which is Varnashram and cow culture. Today morning we were hearing that how Maharaj mentioned, Prabhupada mentioned that Krishna loves cows. And how can we love Krishna without loving cows? You see, in Vrindavan, Krishna is all the time, he's with cows. Golok Vrindavan. All the time. All the gopis, they are glorifying, they are the topmost devotee, but they are glorifying Govardhan Parvat Haridas Varyo. Why? Because this gives such a wonderful, very soft grasses for the cows of Krishna. So when Krishna, he took his cow, he takes the cow for the pasturing, grazing on the field, this Govardhan hill. It's so nice, very soft grasses, very flattering grasses. And Krishna and cow both very satisfied. And that's why gopis are saying that you are a compost. Go Govardhan Parvat. Because you are satisfying the cows of Krishna. So similarly, Maharaj says that how, without cow culture, how can we practice Krishna? It's not possible. It is just making ourselves food actually. Maharaj said that. You have to understand. Because if until unless we try to simplify our lifestyle and from very, very close to the lifestyle of Vrindavan, which is based on the agrarian life, which is agriculture and cow culture, then no matter whatever we are doing and wherever we are living, mostly we are involved in the Ugra Karma. Ugra Karma means the karma which is not very conducive. And then our mind will not be satisfied because our activity is not very clean. Our eating, mating, defending, sleeping is not pure. And that is why in the holy name, in the hearing, chanting process, we are not getting that absorption which is expected from us. We are struggling. But the problem is that even after hearing so many instructions on this matter, still we are not getting that complete faith. भगवान की भक्ति हम खेती करके और गाय अपने परिवार को हम ये करके भी हम चला सकते हैं, ये विश्वास नहीं अभी तक नहीं, but it is not there. So even though we are speaking, but there is no potency in our words because we are not implementing our life. We are just trying to repeat the words. It may, for some time, it may look very nice. It may appear very nice, but again we are back to our normal activity of the routine, while job, different shifts, 1 month holiday, very happy.
Fields for oil fields.
Oil fields.
These are also fields of
Fields. Such a sublime, simple truth. So this is what Maharaj preaches, basically. And we are very proud of Maharaj that somehow that we have such personality amongst us. This Mission Shiv Prabhupada, who's coming from the land of America and teaching all of us that what is everyone Ashram Dharma is. Our life should be based around the cow culture and the agriculture. And this all to geared towards the praising Lord Shri Krishna. Simple life and high thinking. And we need such personalities to keep on pushing us. We need so much push. So we can see that Maharaj started this wonderful campaign alone. And now we can see the wonderful result of this campaign. We have so many international projects in India, abroad, Indonesia, America, different places are coming up. And when people like us they will see the model, the real model coming in front of them, devotees are demonstrating that yes, it is possible this age of Kali, then probably we can also be inspired someday. Yes, I request now, we have one wonderful devotee, disciple of Maharaj, is Vyasa Pooja, one and only one. And because of Prabhu got Maharaj, wonderful association here in Kanhaiyadesh. And Prabhu requested Maharaj gave us very special note to the Kanhaiyadesh devotee message. You can see that?
Our Lord always said 87% plus.
95%? That's fantastic. 95%, you're a topper. You're a topper, right? Very nice, very nice. So wonderful, very nice. You see, they all are chanting 16 rounds. The wonderful drama we saw on the day of Narsimha Rusi by them, and bhajan, and so many programs, and along with 16 round chantings, getting such a good marks, it's really commendable. This is how we can preach it. Everyone, I'm saying for everyone. So this is how we can preach. People will come to you and ask, how you got such a good mark? Then you can get a chant and be happy. And just keep on chanting, that's all. I'll request after this Vishnu Kumar Prabhu some 2-3 videos and then Vishnu.
Message to devotees serving in Kanhaiyadesh, headed by our Judge Prasad. I'm very pleased to share Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki. Namo Govinda Hitaita, Devahitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha, Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki. A short message for devotees serving in Kanhaiyadesh, headed by our Judge Prasad. I'm very pleased to share a little bit of information about our activities in Rishikesh. And yesterday, especially, the devotees went to the conference of the Bhagavati and other rivers, Darshan, Mother Raghav souls that we know in different places here around Bharatvarsha. Although all of you are very far away from India, from the Himalayas, where I'm presently staying, all of us, wherever we may be, we should carry this mood and this spirit of the land of Bharatvarsha, where all activities are meant to be located in the service of Lord Krishna. All of you are fortunate to be connected with the holy names, with the Hare Krishna mantra. All of us are very fortunate to receive the Srila Prabhupada's mercy in the form of being connected with the Sankirtan movement of the Lord Krishna Maharaj. I pray that all of you will continue to nicely serve the mission of the Lord, the mission of our Vaishnava Acharyas, so that the individual can continue to progress and advance in Krishna consciousness, and also simultaneously, to the best of our ability, endeavor to bring as many people as possible to the lotus feet of Vaishnava Mahaprabhu, who is none different than Lord Krishna himself. Vaishnava Mahaprabhu is very merciful, Mahadanaya Krishna Prema Krishna Krishna Chaitanya. Nami Guru Maha. He is the most beneficent incarnation who is very easily, very freely, very easily actually giving us the opportunity to develop Krishna Prema. He is actually very widely love God through the chanting of the name and the Sankirtan movements that have been introduced 500 years ago. I have 20 memories of my visit in Kanhaiyadesh, which is back in January. I thank all of you for all of the wonderful services that you're rendering and kindly continue this way. We're all united in the same mission. We're all part of the same transcendental family of Krishna consciousness. So may all of you be happy, healthy, enthusiastic, and serving the mission of Lord Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Swami Maharaj ki jai.
So oneness, other people also oneness. For us, it's important to know that Srila Prabhupada spoke about the kind of instability and danger that we are allowing ourselves to live in when we agree to be part of an unsustainable system. So our goal, or the mandate of the Krishna consciousness is to reestablish a more natural and simple lifestyle, and this means actually based on these principles, these Vedic principles of Varna and Ashram. So therefore, those who have some insights, some understanding, some conviction about this whole aspect and dimension of Srila Prabhupada's movement means establishing Varnashrama, means establishing communities based on the concepts and principles of self-sufficiency, sustainability, connected with the land, connected with cows, then we should take this whole event that is ongoing as an opportunity to bring this message home, so to speak. Prabhupada's statement was that every ISKCON center should be, not should have, should be a Varnashram college. Varnashram college means a place of learning, an educational center. And what is our Vedic education? Our Vedic education is based on these basic principles of Varna and Ashrama.
Express for citizens. And then it be harassed so much. But one side, no sufficient rain, and therefore scarcity of food. And the other side, taxation, very low. In this way, people will be so much harassed that they will give up their home and go to the party. Unless they take Krishna consciousness, will not be saved. The Varnashram college has been established immediately. Everywhere. Wherever we have got our center, Varnashram college. Then, four divisions. One class Brahman, one class Kshatriya, one class Vaishya, and one class Sudra. And everyone will be elevated to the spiritual platform by the spiritual activities we do prescribed.
Most humans now, look at the situation. People are caught up in what Prabhupada called, what is it, pigeonholes. Any high-rise apartment where you have a balcony of 4 by 6 feet or whatever, and that's your space for fresh air, so-called fresh air, actually there's no fresh air. And one is actually stuck up in this kind of situation. This is very, so we are separated from the land, and we are separated from the cows. And therefore, this affects our consciousness, and it also affects our health as well. very base culture and a very base economy. We have to think about this very deeply because the more we understand what this means, these people need to include what is the main problem in modern day society and also what is the solution.
Without Kodia, it is pigeon soap. But you like pigeon soap. The Indian style covered meaning and containing so many pigeons. In India, still, although one country, they have got a courtyard, a little garden, that kind of house in the village. That is the meaning English that you walk for 3 months, not very hard, simply till the ground and sow some good seed, and within 3 months it will grow. And he will have some good rain, it will storm. And if some cows, they say that a rich man means one who has got sufficient stock of good grain. Good grain. That is very economic system.
There's a direct relationship between the land and humans, between land and cows, and when we neglect the land and the cows, we end up suffering. We end up food, scenario. We end up on the path of destruction. We're destroying nature, we're destroying the land, we're destroying the cows, we're destroying ourselves. And that's such an important theme that there is a real part actually, especially in the context of the national topic. And actually, not simply messages of classifying people and it's a question for God. It's a question of material existence and how do we get Krishna's nature to satisfy Krishna and that to be in Krishna's nature. To be in heart of Krishna, we have to be heart of what is near to Krishna. What is near to Krishna. The entities are near to Krishna. And the most dear Krishna is in the house because the Mama is dependent on us. And the Krishna is dependent on us. So we have cows and we have one of in so many ways, he was Prabhupada, he could clearly see through all of the false because a arrangement that has been made for the last so many decades, simply for the purpose of increasing our so-called material well-being, material satisfaction, because primarily that is the goal and objective for us people. And that is the motto. That is the mantra for the vast majority of leaders in the world. Through economic development, we will be able to provide all of the material necessities for people, and in this way, we have three. But actually, that is a false dream. We cannot be happy in this way, especially if we look at what we have done in the last so many decades. We have been extremely destructive to the environment. We have been destructive to the whole concept of family life as well. So many problems we have created actually by having people forced to work under very uncongenial circumstances. All of these things go against the way we are meant to live for a simplified environment and maintaining good relationship with one another, that's why we need to hear from Brahmanas. Need to hear from our foremost Brahmana, let me say no.
But here in this material world, they are engaged in very, very hard work. They have invented so many factories, iron factories, melting the iron in machinery, and it is called Udoka, Ashunika. After all, if you eat some bread and some food, why have you invented so big factories? And that is how we Lisa, suppose 100 years ago, there was no factory. So all the people of the world are studying. In our daily literature, we don't find any mention anywhere about so, there was enough food, enough meat, enough cows, but there was village, economic village. There's no scarcity, no knowledge, granting, anything. So we have created this. Now, we have created so many hospital challenges. There is problem with in your country, it has become not. There are so many problems. Simply, unnecessarily, we have created so many artificial words. This is called karma.
So these are a few videos that we would share actually. Thank you. So many. And all these videos are, by the way, our Prabhuji, he does a service for Maharaj. So he will combine the Maharaj and the retreat Shri teachings together. So he makes such videos and publish it. So we have been doing this service for so long. So we can see that Maharaj very focused, his approach is very focused. What Prabhupada wanted, we're just trying to publicize that, and he himself is practicing it and is trying to publicize. You can see that most of his disciples now in America, Indonesia, India, they're coming up with such a nice project. So with this now, we'll be hearing few of, and then we'll go for this party. Right? So I'll request everybody to please and very please.
Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityananda Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prasad Visheshta Sunyavadi Pascha Devestaya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakti Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna. So first of all, I thank all the devotees who wonderfully arranged the program. Morning also we attended Vyasa Pooja of Maharaj in the Mayapur hall. Now we are attending here, and Prabhuji is rushing third place now to attend the same Vyasa Pooja. So it's such a nice mood, and we have heard very nice the realizations or about Maharaj from Rishi Kumar Prabhu in the morning. He just glorified Maharaj there, and we saw here how Maharaj, which Srila Prabhupada actually mentioned, like 50% of his work is to establish the Varnashram projects. So for so many years, for any reason, but it was not means like looked on that means where the projects would be just established. But like Maharaj, when he was not in India, and as Prabhu mentioned, he established in Indonesia, Cambodia, those all the projects. And so last year, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj, he just gave a small talk, and he mentioned like I want to just say two words on the glorification of my God brother, His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj. So Maharaj started in first time when His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj he came India. So it was some festival in Mayapur. So when it was his first time, so he said it was somewhere in 1976 came, and there His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Maharaj, that time Maharaj was Raghav Pandit Brahmachari. So he was in reception. He said in few seconds, he commands the respect. That is what Maharaj used the word, in a few seconds. How Maharaj was receiving, that was his service there, and to allot the rooms or whatever for the devotees, and Maharaj put in a few seconds. Maharaj, then he said after few years again when Maharaj came, and by the time His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj, his services were like he was serving in many ways. And then Maharaj mentioned like he met him in Calcutta, and there he was mentioning like whenever there are any temple programs, so either it is the morning Mangal Aarti, or it is the night, the last Aarti, or in a daytime, any activities, Maharaj will be there. Always he is attending all the programs so sincerely from the morning, even the Mangal Aarti also, he never missed that. And so he is very quiet, very steady. And this is how he was telling he is so focused. And what he said is, although Maharaj has been so many wonderful, he never want to be recognized in a way like he is doing silently his services. And maybe many devotees, they don't know Maharaj how many services he is performing. So this is how he was telling about Maharaj. Then he mentioned very nice pastime, not pastime, but about one devotee in Bangladesh. His name was Krishna Kirtan Prabhu. So in a public programs, he used to tell about His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj. Like once he asked him, so why everywhere you are walking barefoot? So Maharaj mentioned, see, when you enter in the temple, so are you using any shoes or anything when you enter in the temple? So this whole Gaur Bhumi is a temple for me. So whenever in the whole of this place, Maharaj travels always barefoot only. So that was Maharaj's reply. So we can see his mood, means like the mood, like how he considers that while Lord Chaitanya he started this in a incarnation, in a special mercy when it was distributed, and how it reached to them in a Western world where they must be not aware of anything what it is, but it reached to them, and by Prabhupada mercy, definitely the mercy is flowing from Lord when it came through Srila Prabhupada, reached to them, and how they understood that, and how they took in their life, and their life was not like ours in India. Somehow or other, means like most of us in a village life we have seen. In India, we have seen the life like there will be a very rich people also. There is a village life and that all. But these devotees, they were living a very very comfortable life, all the facilities, everything. But Maharaj told is barely using any facilities. He lives very simple, very focused, and as we heard from Prabhuji, and it is like how Maharaj lost one of his leg in a service to save the deities in Mayapur when the temple was attacked by the dacoits. So Maharaj used the words. Most of the devotees they locked themselves inside, save themselves, because when the attack happened, so everybody they want to save themselves. And he mentioned about this right leg of Maharaj. Even I think before the blast happened, he lost his leg. Even this leg was not that perfect, and the same leg was when he lost in that bomb blast. So although he could not run so fast, but when he came to know there are deities, and he has to save the deities. So Maharaj alone he ran there to save the deities. And by the times they found the bomb, he lost his leg. And the deities which were served by Srila Prabhupada, Sri Radha Govind, so those deities was taken by these dacoits. And there he was, Maharaj said he was in a pool of blood, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. When the devotees came there afterwards, they saw Maharaj, he's in a pool of blood and he's chanting Hare Krishna. That was that he mentioned again, like one another. Together, and one Western about what happened to Maharaj's leg. said, I don't bother. Like he did not reply what happened. Then this brahmachari again he asked, but Maharaj is like I'm curious to know that what exactly it happened. So Maharaj did not reply. And then Bhakti Maharaj, he was telling, we both saw each other and we were just laughing. So he said, Maharaj is that detached from his body, and that's what he was telling. Why he's asking of this? What it means? It means that is the level of like they're not in a bodily uh, concept on that consciousness. So we can see that what is their level of consciousness. So this is how about Maharaj, he was glorifying him, and definitely like how we saw how Maharaj is concerned about these Varnasam projects all over the world. Maharaj is trying to spread it. Maharaj he is just serving this ministry as a head of this ministry in ISKCON Devi Varnashram ministry. So in the guidance of Maharaj, we see many devotees they are serving worldwide to develop these the projects. And once I remember His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj when he was in Kanhaiyadesh, then from here he mentioned he is going to Hibri, I think that place, and he mentioned 4 days his plan is there to stay with Maharaj to know how Maharaj is developing these all the projects all over the world. So these are like here also when we Maharaj we received him here. So all the programs everywhere Maharaj he talked about the same topic, either about the cows, about the Varnasam projects, and all the programs except in the morning Maharaj he was taking some Bhagavatam classes. And in a Bhagavatam also I remember when the verse he asked I think and Rashtrastoji he told him we can discuss from first canto, second chapter. So when that verse came, Atah Pumbir Shrestha Varnasam Vibhagasah Somnistitasya Dharmasya Sansiddhim Haritoshana. So there when it came that verse, Varnasam Vibhagasah. So Maharaj very nicely then he again came back and he talked about the same this Varnasam projects and that all. So this was by Rishi Kumar Prabhu's efforts. We received Maharaj. We had his nice association. And today when I was seeing videos, so Maharaj I think mentioned they went up to Devprayag, where the Bhagirathi and the Alaknanda they are meeting. So I was remembering. I'm traveling to my village, I go through that place. Yeah. So it is for me like every time I'm passing through even the Rishikesh and where the Mother Ganges the begins, when from one side Bhagirathi comes, one side Alaknanda. So when Maharaj told, I was telling, see what is my condition here means like leaving that place, what is our karma, why we reached here, I don't know. So that was the place where I lived my childhood, and now the whole of the life is gone in these places. But still, as he mentioned, the hope is like here we are connected to Lord Chaitanya. We are connected to this mission of Lord Chaitanya in Kali Yuga. We are chanting and. Such a nice association of the devotees. So this is hope, and this was a blessing of Maharaj, like how he gave, like still, this is how if we are connected, then there is a hope. So on this occasion, I beg blessings from Maharaj. The way he was giving us blessings, so these blessings may remain always with us, and with the mercy of these pure Vaishnavas, we may remain in a service and may progress also. So I will conclude here. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. To this one.
Hare Krishna. I'm from to all this. We are specifically to talk about right attempt. Krishna. Prabhuji, already morning you mentioned about Maharaj past where it started. Should I repeat one? Like it's we are new, so we want to hear. What I know, Prabhuji, Maharaj actually he took birth in the year 1946, and he was a Christian by birth. So he was into like Christians have seminaries like we have group, similar kind. So he was into that, and he was into social work from the very beginning in his youthful days, and then he joined Shiv Prabhupada movement in 1974. And within a year, he was initiated as Raghav for this. And from there, Maharaj started to serve in Montreal first, and then he came to Srila Mayapur, where the incident happened in 1982, I think. 82. And 1985, he was awarded that. And then Maharaj served for the Bhakti department, and he established 1100 Maharashtra centers. Then new Bhakti programs and youth services for the new people and youth college going students and the working professionals and all these people. And then Maharaj actually, when he left India, due to some circumstances, he established Gita Nagari Baru, one national community in Indonesia there, and it has been running successfully till now. Almost 50 devotees are there. And in Cambodia also is trying to establish already some small communities there with 108 acres of land already. I think they have committed there, and they are trying to do there also. And in Malaysia also they are trying to. Malaysia also they have got land. So this all communities will be established there also. And in Hindi when he came around 2007 when he established there in South India, near Udupi, Kanhaiyadesh Kshetra. So there has the community been established. And recently in Sri Mayapur, he established one national college with 1 acre compound is there. So he's in the process of establishing that, because as we see in the video, Srila wanted every Scott temple to be a national college. So he's trying to fulfill the dream of Srila Prabhupada. Also, he's trying to establish many gurukulas, because that is very much instrumental in taking the movement forward. And we here in the Charitam, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said he is the glory of holy name will be spread to every towns and villages. So for that to establish gurukulas and these communities are very much important to imbibe the sanskaras in the children from the very beginning or before the birth of this Gardhan sanskaras. So this whole process of developing the education, because our movement is actually educating the people. So this whole movement, this whole process starts from very before the birth of the child only, in the mother's womb. So this Maharaj has been trying to do this, and then many gurukulas have been established also, maybe 15 or 16, and almost 600 students are there. So where they teach the modern syllabus also, and they very much into Vedic philosophy. But Maharaj is like some gurukulas there, like Parshram Gurukula, where there's purely Vedic studies are. So this is the this is the Maharaj what is doing. And other than that, about my interaction is like I am doing some very mega service in media. So sometimes I get this opportunity to interact with Maharaj. And Maharaj, I found he is very much into like he will interact with everybody. Anybody can talk to him. He can get replies. So I'm saying there's nothing like if you even new person or even anybody is there. So and he's very merciful to reply everybody. Yesterday also he was very busy. He replied, and today morning he sent the message around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning because but for the I made the request yesterday evening. I think or somewhere after and we sent it. So Maharaj is very merciful. What it is. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So, where's the Mataji take my board? Hare Krishna.
Namaste Bhakti Raghav Swami ki namini Namaste Swami Devyam Vedvani Atmane Yogadaya Prabhata Manashi Pachani Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vesaya Bhakti Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami ki namini Namaste Swami Devi Bhavani Bhani Devi Srimati Pasha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare. I am not able to speak about my Guru Maharaj, but I will speak little about him. Guru Maharaj is so polite, so very humble in nature. Whatever you will very about land, cows, and Krishna, he will speak on that. Our Guru Maharaj mainly focus what his spiritual master has instructed him, and as our Parapana is going on, he focuses only on that. And as we see that how Srila Prabhupada also follow his spiritual master by his heart. He took his instruction by his heart and went to America to preach according to the instruction of his Guru Maharaj. So our Guru Maharaj also took the instruction of his Guru Maharaj by his heart, and he took and he is following whatever his Srila Prabhupada has told that 50% of his work which was left, he is fulfilling all that desire of his spiritual master with his heart. That is Varnashram. He is establishing Varnashram college, Gurukula, and he is mainly focusing on the Vedic lifestyle rather than, and he is discouraging modern civilization because that modern civilization is a, we already speak about that modern civilization is a doomed civilization. Now or then they will doom. They will be doomed in 1,000 years or 10,000 years. It will definitely be doomed. So we should follow the Vedic lifestyle. because now we are getting each and everything, but after some time we will not be at this video that we will not be able to pay taxes. The tax will be too high. We will all will go to the forest for fulfilling our good grain for our body basic necessities of life like food, grain, and all these things. So our Guru Maharaj focuses only on that and cow and Krishna, and he mainly focuses on protection of cows. And like one campaign also, one survey campaign for the cow, where he is keeping cows there and he is protecting cows as per the instruction of his spiritual master. So we are not able to do, but we also want to protect cows according to the instruction of Guru Maharaj. There is a desire, but I don't know when I will be able to do that. But by the mercy of Krishna, and Guru and devotees like you, I really in the future I will serve out somehow at will. I would like to thank Maharaj Mataji and for taking us so far, like make us understand what is Guru, how to serve Guru. We have learned from them. Thank you.
Krishna, I request that praise Krishna everyone in the room. On the instruction of Krishna, everyone in the room invite the great name of the Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupada Krishna Prasthaya Bhagavate Shrimate Bhakti Swami Iti Namani. Namo Vishnupada Krishna Prasthaya Bhagavate Shrimate Bhakti Swami Iti Namani. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pujani Namaste Saraswati Devi Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gauravananda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Krishna Bhagavan, for giving me this opportunity. Actually, glorification of the Vaishnava means like I'm so insignificant and so fallen. I'm speaking something about it is not beneficial for the Vaishnava. Actually, it is actually the Vaishnava's mercy. They are giving the opportunity to us to glorify them. By that, all our anarthas will go away gradually. So in this aspect, so we are very fortunate to have that opportunity to glorify great Vaishnavas like His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj is the disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada. So our Shiksha Guru Grace Prakash Prabhuji mentioned that the Srila Prabhupada disciples are like a gem, like in so Srila Prabhupada used to say that his disciples are sent by his spiritual master to help him to spread this movement. So they are the very special, and they are the chosen one from the all over the world. So in the Bible, it says that if you are not like a child, you cannot able to go to the spiritual world. There is one statement is there. When I remember, when I think about Maharaj is like so much difficulties, as we see that how Maharaj is traveling all over the world. His heart is like a child, and when Maharaj smiles, you can see that a child smiling. It's very difficult to see the persons who are at the age of, in the normal way, crossing 65, 70 years old, and they are smiling. So we can see in our families or other things are how elderly people, they become rigid after some period of time. Even we ourselves become rigid. So Maharaj is having so much difficulties, but he's very, very he maintained his heart like a child, and he's spreading this aroma wherever he went there and preaching. So what I wish to say a few words about Maharaj. Maharaj is emphasizing that how it is important to have the Varnashram Dharma, and whatever topic, whatever the incident, Maharaj is establishing, how we have to follow this Varnashram Dharma, and that also Daivi Varnashram Dharma. The goal is to reach Krishna, and why we are facing difficulties. We are chanting, we are trying to do sadhana bhakti, but still we are facing difficulties in progress in devotional service. Maharaj mentioned that because we are not connected with the cows and lambs, which when we want to please Krishna, we have to please walk, where the things Krishna is pleased with and very friendly with this brahmanas, cows, and other stuff. So our life, we are detached from that things, and moreover we are practicing in the city life. We are distance ourselves from the cows and lambs and these things. And Prabhupada, in the video also we saw that Prabhupada mentioned that in village life, the farmers, they do only in a year for 3 months work. That also not very hard labor. Like they just till the land and they sow the seeds, and then they get the sufficient food grains, and the rest of the year they themselves they're practicing in Krishna consciousness way. They read Srimad Bhagavatam, they have satsang, they have drama. There are so many activities related to Krishna was there. So even in my childhood days, I was in our village also. We have a common place. They used to call Chatram. Whoever the trespassing people are going from one village to another village, if they, in the evening, if it is late, they will stay in that place. So then next day morning, they will proceed their passages. So there, like I remember that the 3 to 4 months, therefore we will cultivate, and then we will get sufficient food grains and other things. The rest of the years, in the evenings, every time, gents separately they will assemble, and then they read Srimad Bhagavatam, and Matajis, they will do nice dramas, dancing, all these stuffs were there. That is the Vedic culture. So now Maharaj mentioned that for the past 3 or 4 in several decades we are away from this agrarian economy to this. Prabhuji nicely mentioned that we are also going to the fields, but brown field, oil fields, something like that we are going. So these are all the things Maharaj is trying to establish. So we have, I have no qualification to talk about these things because we are not following. And I just want to mention some of the points when Maharaj was here in January month. Maharaj talk about the ISKCON's 4 movements, like the Sankirtan movement. Somehow or other, we are connected with this Sankirtan movement, chanting the holy name, and distribution of the books and other things comes under the category of Sankirtan movement. And temple worship movement, that is the deity worship, establishing temple. All these are all in these two. We are having little connections. And the spiritual movement and that is the daily Varnashrama society, classless society movement. And Maharaj mentioned that like Prabhupada used to tell that 50% of his mission is to be pending. That is the establishing the daily Varnashrama dharma. So Maharaj teaches about the Chatur Vidya, that is the in Vedic philosophy, and Anviksikhi for all Vijas, for all the twice born people. This is and then Vedic education, that is for the that is for the Kshatris, for Vaishyas. All this we have some of the points Maharaj educated when Maharaj's last visit, and how this Varnashrama will fulfill the 4 needs of the human society. That also Maharaj explained, that the physical need, mental needs, and social need, and the soul need. These are all the 4 needs. This will be taken care if we have the proper Varnashrama education. These are all the points I would like to share about the things. And Maharaj, this Samadhinandan Prabhuji very nicely explained, how Maharaj is not considered, he's not this body. Like, even though he lost his leg, and how Maharaj is chanting the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Maharaj lost his leg, and he's in the pool of blood, but Maharaj is chanting. The devotees are witnessed, but so such a glorious personalities, we seek their blessings. We should also progress in our devotional service, and to develop our consciousness in Krishna consciousness. And then especially thank you very much for our Rishi Kumar Prabhuji and Mataji. Because of them, we have the opportunity to receive Maharaj and hear the instructions from Maharaj. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, because Namo Namaste Saraswati.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Thank you for this opportunity. Actually, I'm not so qualified or knowledge to talk about Raghav's now, but for my own purification, I thought how, because when Maharaj was here, me and Arjun Prabhuji, we were doing together, and because of my ignorance and ego, I told him, what is this foreigners? They have so much knowledge that we Indians don't have. So I was in the mode of ignorance that we are great Indians, you know. So, after meeting Maharaj, listening to his course, all my egos were slashed. And one of the important points I would like to highlight about Maharaj is that he has established the Goshala in Delhi. We heard everybody mentioned about Delhi, where it is. It is so well connected with our scriptures. I wanted to highlight that. If all of you can take out our in your mobiles and open 7th canto, 13th chapter, sloka number 12. It is mentioned about Prahlad Maharaj, 7th canto, 13th chapter, sloka 12. There is a small story about Prahlad Maharaj. To a place called as Satya. That is my state. That is exactly the greatness of Maharaj. He has followed the scriptures so very well. He has gone to that place which is mentioned in the scriptures. It is exactly this sloka. And he has established the Goshala there, the Varnashram. And once I read this and I could connect with what Maharaj has established, my ego was completely slashed. So this is what I wanted to mention about Maharaj. So thank you for Hare Krishna. First, I want to my experience in February. Last year, I visited February. I was staying there 4 days. Wonderfully, Maharaj made a nice Gosala and then Gurukul, and Karasa asked from 7-8 houses were there. River called Sita Nadi, forest is a dense forest. I really, when I went there, there was no devotees. Students shifted to Hyderabad because of summer. Some renovation work was going on in Gurul, so they shifted to Hyderabad. Place when I realized Maharaj moved to fulfill Prabhupada community work at that place. Really amazing. First, I want to share my experience. Hare Krishna.
So, yes, we all would like to glorify Maharaj in every time. However, as we all know, that we are conditioned. So, and so many different conditions and limitations that we have. Apparently, we have the time limitations because we would like to have this place should want to perform the arati, and we would like to commence his shift in the afternoon at 2 o'clock. So, considering that factor, requesting you all to please kindly